Hello there YouTube. So today we are going to be looking at replacing a little something around here, this magical area. So I had this package arrive in the post today and we will open it. If you go on if you're in the UK on Facebook, there's a guy called Lee Pryor on the T5 forum, and I have this wonderful TT ring, which is going to fit just around here, and then also to complement that there is another little package just in here, which is, ta-da, look at this, very nice. So this is a new shiny 5-speed gear knob. So look at that. So it's got black writing on it. There's also this little bit here, so I presume you just undo that. That fits on there. It also comes with some rather cool fitting instructions, which I'll just show you here. Comes really well packaged actually, all covered in tissue and bubble wrap and stuff. There's the fitting instructions. So the first stage is to remove the gear knob. So the way we're going to do this on my one, I can just pull the top off because I actually put this on as a sticker, and then in there's a Torx bit, a T30 Torx adapter on the end, and then we just undo this nice and easy. There we go. And then that comes straight off in your hand. We've taken the knob off, and then the next thing, just getting like either a plastic trim tool if you've got one. I've not got one small enough, so I'm just going to use a very small screwdriver. You just want to work around the edge of the gator, slide it underneath, and then you can just pop off the gator and then slide that off. If you look just up on the edge here, there's some little catches just here that you need to basically wear down or cut down. The way I've cut these little notches down is using my Stanley blade. I just cut along there, and then what I've done is I've got a screwdriver and just a little hammer, and I've just gone in and broken and cut the little bits off around the edge there. And then what you want to be able to do is get your plastic ring. What I've done is I've actually taken the metal bit off of the top of it, and I undone all of the little screws or little bolts. I've just put those in here, and I've got this plastic ring. And what you want to be able to do is basically force this over the gear stick and through the hole. It does fit, it's a bit tight, it says that in the instructions, but basically you want to pop that through, and then you should be able to pull that ring so it sits flush on the inside. Then the aim really is that we're going to clamp the metal ring on the top of that using the bolts. So the next part is to get the gator. Now mine's not a standard one, some of yours will just be rubber ones. It comes with instructions on what to do with those. With my one, you'll see it's got all these staples running along the bottom of it. I've basically just got to go through and work all of those out. So I'm just going to get a knife or a screwdriver under that, and I'm just going to work through and take all of those off just now. So I've worked around that, and basically what I want to do is take the plastic original ring off of the bottom of the gator. So yours will look maybe a bit different than mine, but it's the same principle. Undo all the staples, take the bottom of the ring off of the gator. And now this bit is going to be a little bit more complicated. So what I want to do is get the ring so it's sitting flush. So I've got the black plastic ring on here, and then I'm going to fit the aluminium ring over the top. Okay, and then what I want to do is start fitting in these little bolts that we've got, and I'm just going to fit those in loosely. So if I can get that first one in, and we'll be winning. Okay, so we've got the little bolts here. If you can just see, that's probably out of focus. And then I've got myself a little Allen key adapter. So I'm just sticking that on there. And then what we want to do is basically work all the way around the outside of the ring. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these little bolts. So I've already got 4 on. And then if I just show you a couple, you probably won't be able to see much, but we just stick that on there. and just tighten that up. Not very tight, you want it still a bit loose, because what we're going to do in a minute is we are going to put the gaiter in and around that, and we're going to clamp it down using the bolts. So just do all the bolts up quite loose. And now that's all in place, and but it's still quite loose. You can see there's a bit of movement on there. We want to slip the gaiter on, and then we want to tuck all of this in. But then what we're going to do is basically we're going to get this gaiter and we're going to stick it in between the dash and the aluminium ring, and we're going to work all the way around the outside of that, and then we're going to tighten it down bit by bit by bit, so that the gaiter is actually trapped in between the aluminium ring and the dash. So I've stuck the gaiter in underneath the ring and the dash, and I've just basically poked that under bit by bit, and then tightened each of these nuts up as I've gone round with an Allen key, and so that's in nice and secure. The gaiter's on there. Now that this is all done, the last thing to do is to fit the gear knob. But what we need to do is we need to get the spring, which is just there, which comes out of the bottom of the old gear knob, which is just there. So you take that out, basically just slide that on, and then what we need to do is get this little bit, and this basically pushes through the spring like that. That fits on the top there, and then we get our little Torx screw that we took off earlier to take off the gear knob, and we just stick that through the middle, and we're just going to tighten that on like that. Okay, that's on, and then the last thing to do is get the brand new gear knob, and that just literally get it on straight, and then we just screw this on nice and tight. Voila, job done. There we go, it's all fitted, all in nice and tight. Just show you all going through the gears: first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and then you pull the collar and it goes up into reverse still. So that's brilliant. As you can see, no matter what gear it's in, the gaiter's nice and firm and secure. So there we go, another nice quick mod done. What's that, probably about half hour's job, I reckon, just because mine was quite fiddly doing all of the gear knob stuff. But gear knob and Audi TT surround, job done.